People ask a lot of like, well, what's it really like when you work for a player and not the team? And sometimes it goes well, but sometimes it doesn't go well because, especially in certain situations, what the team wants and cares about, forget about their clinical ability, what they want and what's best for the team may not always be what's best for the player and his long-term ability to make money, which is really my role. My role is not so they go 20-10 or get 15 sacks. My role is to make sure that they can make as much money as possible for as long as possible. That's really it. If we can look at it that way, and then everything else seems to fit in. So I don't know that the team always cares how long a player plays, and they probably want the player to make less money. That means they have a bigger margin on their investment. Obviously, there's going to be times where different decisions on do you play or not play, how long do we take to go through this rehab process, how do we interpret and evaluate return to play information, and then the quality of the work. Because then, whether it's the team or even the team doctor, if there's a clinical disagreement, sometimes I don't really know what to do when it's not necessarily my opinion. Let's say the team wants a player to be in a boot after an ankle sprain, and I can't say that this has happened recently, but let me just use an example. I think a contemporary view would be, hey, the only time you should be using a boot is when you're out in public and you need to make sure nobody pushes into you. I'd rather you walk 0.3 miles per hour and put weight through that foot. I think it'll get better faster. Well, does the team really care if he gets better faster? But then if we say that and we talk about early loading or whatever that proper terminology is, well, Charlie, that's just your opinion. I'm like, yeah, it's also my opinion that the sky is blue. So that can start to get difficult unless the player speaks up or has an agent or some other advocate other than me. In those situations, I'm like the pariah. I don't care what they say. It doesn't matter to me. My role was to give this individual information that I think is best so I can best earn my money. It doesn't matter what someone else says because I'm not telling you what to do. It's not like I'm going to get mad at you because you're not following my instructions. At some point, this is business. And actually, that approach puts into perspective this other approach where I might be thinking I'm doing whatever it is based on whatever I think is best practice for that individual. They're doing whatever they think is best practice for them, not the individual. Because it's either good, the exact same thing that I would say, it's either the polar opposite, or, hey, you know what? Let's not let good be the enemy of great. I think we can do better than that, but if that's the path of least resistance, I think we could do a lot worse. Sometimes that happens.